Hey everybody, sorry for the lack of rambling, but there's no Remember the Game this week for two reasons. I didn't think I'd fit a recording in this week as it was. I've been kind of busy, and as you can hear, I went and lost my voice, or hit puberty, or something. I don't know. Fortunately, as you've heard me plug on Remember the Game, we have a Patreon full of hundreds of bonus podcasts, and the library over there's gotten so big I figured I could give away a freebie here once in a while, and cover my crappiness at my job. This month, I'm throwing one of our all-time most popular episodes up here. This was our Super Nintendo draft. We've drafted NES, Super Nintendo, and Genesis games now, all a good time. 4 regular guests each draft 10 Super Nintendo games, and then our community picked the best lineup. I'll reveal who ended up winning the vote at the end of this episode, as this was Expansion Pass 157, and it first aired back on April 5th of last year, so the polls are closed. Thank you for listening to the show. Sorry for the missing Remember the Game. Hopefully I can talk again by next week, and I hope you enjoy this free episode of Expansion Pass. Let's go.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
I love that song. If you don't know what that is, you're banned. Double Secret Probation. That is the opening song, the opening level of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time for the SNES, which is very topical this week because what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 157th edition of Remember the Game Expansion Pass. It is one of our Patreon-exclusive weekly podcasts here at Remember the Game Industries. My name is Adam Blake, and if you're hearing this, watching this, checking this out live on a stream or whatever, at some point you've decided that we're worth at least $2, pounds, yens, rupees, whatevers of your hard-earned money, and if that is the case, from the bottom of my very excited, somewhat coffee-fueled up heart, thank you so much for the support. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, it is a big one. The Gamer's Confession Trilogy, the Blankies, the airing of gaming grievances. These are some of our most popular episodes of Expansion Pass ever. But I don't know if there's any topic I get asked for more than another draft, particularly an SNES draft. If you don't know, we did our NES game draft back on Expansion Pass number 129, where 4 of my regular guests came on the show and drafted 10 NES games each, kind of fantasy football style. For those of you that don't play fantasy sports, basically what it means is they took turns picking, and once a game was off the table, nobody else could pick it, and that went on until each participant had a roster of 10 NES games. Then the community voted for the best lineup, and I donated some money to the charity of the winning drafter's choice. Some of our drafters donated money as well and asked to remain anonymous, which is very, very cool of them. Good cause, great episode, super exciting. I wasn't so sure that the concept of a draft would work on the podcast, but it instantly became one of the most popular episodes of Expansion Pass in the history of Remember the Game Industries. And for months now, it has been, when's the SNES draft? When are we doing the SNES draft? Where's the SNES draft? Here's your goddamn SNES draft. It's here. It's time. And before I get hit with, well, when's the next draft? Probably in the fall. These are a real job to set up because I need to make 5 different schedules all work at once, and I kind of want them to be special attractions, as it were. So this is not the last one, but this is the last one until probably sometime in the fall, just so you know. Our drafters this time around are David Ray, the winner of our NES draft vote, former Remember the Game Hall of Famer Mark McHugh, who's looking to redeem himself after a controversial pick potentially cost him the NES draft. My boy Tyler, one of the more popular guests we have here on the show quite regularly. He'll be my guest for Remember the Game 250 in about a month when we talk Gears of War. I guess a month and a half, whatever. And our 4th drafter this time around is the Discord mod you love to hate, my arch nemesis, Keegs. So they each had to draft 10 Super Nintendo games. And if you want to know, the rules were as follows. It was a snake draft. We had a random draw to set the draft order, and then they would draft in 1, 2, 3, 4. The people that draft, like the person that picked the number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Then in the second round, we would reverse. So it would be 4, 3, 2, 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. for 10 total rounds. As I said, once a game is selected, it is off the table. Nobody else can pick it. And on that note, we said no alternate versions of the same game. So for example, if somebody drafts Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you cannot take standard Super Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 2, whatever. If somebody takes NBA Jam Tournament Edition, nobody else can take NBA Jam. It's one version of game per draft. And the one cartridge we decided to disallow outright, obviously there's no Super Game Boy. We're not getting that fancy. Super Mario World and Mario All-Stars were both eligible, but the combo cartridge featuring both was deemed no bueno because it was just too OP, so we took that one combo cartridge off the table. Other than that, if it was a licensed Super Nintendo game released in North America, it was on the table, and these guys went to town. I hosted it. I had a blast. I think you're going to enjoy this episode quite a bit. And so I get this out of the way right now. The poll to decide who drafted the best team will go live probably next week, early next week on Patreon, so everybody has a chance to listen to this over the weekend. And if you want to discuss the draft in the Discord, we've set up a special channel for it. So don't go into the expansion pass channel and just start dropping spoilers, please. We want to keep it fresh for everybody to enjoy. Also, please refrain. You're welcome to post comments on the Patreon page. Please refrain from posting any spoilers as far as what was drafted in that. If you want to just say you liked the episode, you hated the episode, that's fine. But please don't post any of the draft picks in the comments on Patreon so that we can keep it, we just want to keep it fair so everybody can enjoy it. All right. I think that's it. Normally, I would give you a peek past the podcast, but I'm going to skip it this week. I understand what the draw is this time around. You're all here for the NES or this SNES draft, and it's time to get to it. I'm going to cue up some music. There it is. And when it stops, it is finally time for the highly anticipated Remember the Game Draft SNES edition. Enjoy it, everybody. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time for the Super Nintendo Remember the Game Draft. I've heard you. I've seen the messages. I get the fucking letters mailed to my house. I know we finally are making it happen. I have got 4 of my regular guests to come by to pick Super Nintendo games, 2 returning draftees, 2 new draftees. They're all playing for charity. Remember the Game will be donating some cash to the winner's choice. You listeners will be picking our winner by voting on which lineup you think was best at patreon.com/remember the game. Once this episode goes live, you'll have a few days to vote. So we're going to kick off by introducing to you the 4 drafters in order and let them explain what charity they're playing for. First up with the first overall. Don't make your pick yet, by the way. This is just explaining your draft, your charities. Because Keegs is picking first, and I have no faith in him. Do not reveal your fucking pick yet. First up is Keegs, who I'm sure many of you know. Keegs, what is up, buddy? Thanks for doing this. What charity are you playing for today?
I'm playing for the Stollery. I don't have kids myself, but a lot of my friends do. And I do Extra Life every year, and they donate to the Stollery. So,
hell yeah.
Figure why not?
Good cause. If any of you don't know, by chance, the Stollery is the Children's Hospital here in Edmonton. That's what I do on my 24-hour stream every year. It is so critical to Alberta, frankly, not just Edmonton. So that's a good. Everybody, I think it's the one thing we can all agree on. It's that sick kids suck. Not that they suck, but that they're sick sucks. The kids are fine. So,
sick kids.
Good
Hot
cause.
take.
Good start. Good start.
You're
Great
starting off with a hot take, yes.
Yes, those damn sick kids. Draft ticket number 2 is one of our returning drafters and the most controversial drafter from the NES draft, and that is Mark Tetris 2 McHugh. Mark, what is up, buddy? What charity are you playing for, man?
I'm playing for the Canadian Center for Gender and Sexual Diversity, dedicated to education and helping get rid of homophobia and transphobia in schools and communities.
I like it. I got to ask you, man, after the backlash from the first, Tetris 2 was a controversial pick. How are you feeling? Are you nervous about this one? Or are you feeling good?
I've got Mario is Missing locked and ready to go.
Yeah, fuck you. You're banned. Fuck off. You're done. Drafting in the number 3 spot is our reigning draft champion, the man that came out on top of the NES draft, and that is my friend David, the Gentleman Ray. David, what is up, buddy? What are you playing for today?
Today, I am playing for the Alberta Association for the Dependent Handicapped. That's a charity that meant a lot to a friend that I kind of took care of for a little while, Dante, who passed away a couple of years ago. And this is one that his mom really appreciated. And I wanted to give it to them.
Excellent. I like it. Good cause. Let me ask you too, as well. As the defending champion, are you feeling any pressure today? The eyes are on you.
Yes. Yeah. The eyes are on me. I have come in with a strategy, and I'm excited to go on it. There was a lot of, that's why I asked a lot of questions leading up into this.
You did.
Yeah, I
which
wanna
I
be
respect.
ready.
You got the
Yeah.
champion's work ethic. I appreciate that very much. And then bringing up the rear in the fourth spot, last but not least, is my man Tyler. Tyler, what is up, buddy? What are you playing for today?
What's going on? I'm playing for the Stollery as well, the local children's hospital. My son has had to go there a couple times because apparently he's fearless and allergic to wasps and just runs at them.
Oh,
That's terrifying. But they were awesome to deal with. So any chance I get to help them, like I donate to your 24-hour podcast for the Stollery, and then I got another buddy at work who partakes in that 24-hour gaming marathon. So
awesome.
Every chance I get, I donate to them.
I like it. Good cause. It's funny because I'm not allergic to wasps, but I tell people I am to justify my fear. I'm like, people are like, "Oh man, are you allergic?" And I'm like, "Yes." When in reality, I'm just a chicken shit, and I don't like those little. I hate them. So all right. So those are our charities we are playing for, you guys, and I'm super fucking excited to get this started. I'm sure I explained the rules in the intro already, but just quickly, in 10 seconds or less, each of these four men will be drafting 10 Super Nintendo games. It is a fantasy football style snake draft. At the end of this, at the end of the draft, you will all vote for the person that drafted the best library of 10 Super Nintendo games. That person will be deemed our winner. I'm super excited, dude. The NES one was fun, but the library for the Super Nintendo is fucking stacked. We're drafting 40 games, and there could be 20 or 30 more that are still like, how did that not get drafted? This is going to be fun. So we're going to get this thing started. We did a random order to decide who was drafting first. Keegs has the distinction of the first overall pick. In the NES draft, Super Mario Brothers 3 was the consensus, had to be the first overall pick. I don't think there is a consensus here. So Keegs, the floor is yours with the first choice. What game are you picking, my friend?
All right. Well, you did actually reveal it early before we started recording. I am going to take Link to the Past because it's just the fucking best Zelda game ever.
Link to the. Now I was going to ask you, is there other than the fact that it's the best Zelda game, like, do you have any other, like, there was a lot of games on the table. I don't want you to reveal your end because the next game you want might be there when you get back to you.
Yeah. Well,
was this
for
an easy
me,
choice?
it's also it's one of my first like memories entirely is just like my uncle babysitting me and me watching him playing Link to the Past. So
I like it. Hell yeah. I don't think, like, I was like, dude, no matter what you take, some people are going to complain, but I'm like, that's a safe first pick. That's a good first pick, especially because you don't get to pick again until number 8. You can sit there on your Link to the Past goodness. That's a safe.
Yeah, watch the rest of my list just disappear.
Yeah. Exactly. Which is what Mark McHugh just had to do, because I have no doubt in my mind he would have taken Link to the Past with that first overall.
I would have.
That warms my heart. So Mark, what is your backup plan for the second pick of this draft?
Okay, well, like, this is an easy call. We're going with Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. If Link to the Past was there, you taking it?
If Link to the Past is there, I'd taken it, but I'll be honest, like, Chrono Trigger, that's a close second.
Sure. That's a great, dude. That's a 1A, 1B draft. That's a fucking good start. That's a good start. All right. There was no other games you were considering? You were like locked in. If it wasn't Link, you're going Chrono?
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. All right. Then David, you've got the third pick. I have no idea if Link to the Past or Chrono Trigger was on your radar, but where are you going?
Yeah, Link to the Past. Of course, that's like arguably one of the best overhead Zelda games, right? Like, until they started going 3D, you couldn't top that. Totally. But I am going to go with Super Mario World, which is arguably the best Mario game of all time. Yeah, especially of the side scrollers.
No question. Listen, I'm biased. Everyone knows I'm a card carrying Super Mario World fan. Part of me is pained that it fell to number 3, but part of me is like, nah, it's Link to the Past and Chrono Trigger. I get, if it had made it out of the first round, I would have canceled this episode. So I'm glad one of you took it, because I would have shut this fucking thing down. Tyler, you're in a tough spot because you have the last pick of the first round, but then you get to go first to the second round. So you're going back to backs. So
and my top 2 picks got picked right off the gate.
Link to the Past and Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hands down.
So now
I was gonna go Chrono Trigger first because I have such a special spot for that game.
Sure. So so then if you have to pick 2 Super Nintendo games, and Link to the Past, Chrono Trigger, and Mario World are gone. That's three juggernauts. So I'm interested to see what you're doing. What's your first pick? The last pick of the first round. What are you going to start with?
So I'm gonna pick the superior to Chrono Trigger with Final Fantasy 6 or 3, whatever you want to call it.
Final Fantasy. I hate that every time you draft one of them, you got to explain why it's fucking.
Well, we're doing North America. Just do 3.
You're right. Yeah, agreed. Fuck yeah.
Right?
That's how as far as I'm concerned, it is 3. Fuck off 6.
Yep.
But then the next one was 7. So
exactly.
We can't count in North America.
Shut the fuck up, Mark.
Yeah, the sequel's 7.
That's why we got Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
There we go.
Fucking Final Fantasy. All right. So then that's a pretty good start. Link to the Past, Chrono Trigger, Mario World, Final Fantasy 3. That is a good fucking start.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling the second round is going to be just about as good because this is a deep library. Tyler, you have the first pick of the second round, 5th overall. What are you going to partner with Final Fantasy 3?
I'm going to pick a game I didn't get to do a podcast about, but love with you, Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh, yeah.
I love Earthworm.
Oh, wow.
I like it. Earthworm Jim. I love it. He's such a crazy guy. I love Earthworm Jim. That's good shit. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'm excited to watch your face now as you sit here through 6 picks. And I'm sure curse under your breath as all these games go off the table.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute my microphone.
So we're back to David Ray with the second pick of the second round. You started with Super Mario World, which is an exquisite start. What are you going to add to your pool here, David?
Okay, well, I am going to go with another classic that I also played at Woolco when that was still a store. I'm going to go with the Super Mario Kart because you got to have a good multiplayer game. Super Mario World is also another good multiplayer game, but you'd have Mario Kart tournaments and everything. So.
No question. I would argue, I know people are going to yell at me, so shut up. It's arguably the best multiplayer experience on the Super Nintendo. There are other options.
Yes, yeah.
And I can't name them because
arguable.
we're in a draft and I don't want to spoil any games. That is a great. So you're loading up on the Mario. I like it. That's a bold strategy that I would vote for. So I love it. Mark, you started with Chrono Trigger. Can I type in Tetris 2 now? Or
I honestly can't believe you guys are letting me take this one. Earthbound.
I like it. You have 2 RPGs, Chrono Trigger and Earthbound.
I have 2 great RPGs.
No question. But that is you are after the nerd vote. That is for true. Which right community to do so in. I respect that. So Keegs, I remember you. It's been a while. You got the last pick of the second round, and then you're going to the first pick of the third round. You started with Link to the Past, and you've watched 6 great games disappear. What have you got? What are you going to wrap the second round up with?
That's a tough one. Let's go with Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my boy. Mega Man. Any particular reason or just because it's awesome?
It's just a fucking solid Mega Man game. I never played much of the original Mega Mans, like as a kid and even now, because I just suck at them. But Mega Man X is great, and I will always plug 20XX anywhere I can, and it's just that as a roguelike.
Hell yeah. I love it. Also, you may have just drafted, you have the best soundtrack. If we're voting for best soundtracks, you just won.
Are you kidding me?
Mega Man X is the best soundtrack on the Super Nintendo. Tyler, you fucking wait till we get back to you. You mute your mic and go eat a Twinkie. You fucking
Tyler, just remember that was him.
Earthworm Jim has a great soundtrack.
No question,
he said that, not me.
It does, but Mega Man X's is better. Mega Man X's is better. I'm sorry, it is. Oof. This is an ad by BetterHelp. A band once said, "Work sucks, I know." And I think most people agree with them. Workplace stress is now one of the top causes of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce experiencing higher than normal levels of stress from their jobs. And while walking away from your job might not be an option, taking a little time every day to focus on yourself and your mental health can make a huge difference. I know in the summer I try to get outside every day, get a little bit of sun, and just enjoy the outdoors. It really helps. At least until my allergies attack, and then it's ugly. It's important to take steps to combat work stress, and therapy can be a huge one. It's not just for overcoming trauma. Therapy can help you define work goals, set some work boundaries, develop coping skills. It's like a cheat code for life. And if you're thinking, man, I'm too busy for therapy, well, look into BetterHelp. They make therapy as convenient as possible. You can meet with one of their over 30,000 therapists online and on your schedule, just like over 5 million people around the world already have done. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Unwind from work with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/rememberthegame. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rememberthegame. We've had some great partners over the years here at Remember the Game, but I don't know if any of them have hit home for me quite like Hometown Hero does. No pun intended. Don't start. It's a transparent, honest cannabis company that helps people and gives back to those that have served their country at the same time. I mean, come on. As soon as I read about these guys, I knew I wanted to work with them. Hometown Hero is a cannabis company out of Austin, Texas, and they were founded back in 2015 by a U.S. veteran. They have two goals: create premium hemp products that can help everyone, and to support veterans by donating a portion of those profits to organizations set up to take care of those who have served. Hometown Hero products are of the highest quality, and everything they offer is made right there in the U.S. of A. Gummies, caramels, chocolates, drink mix. There's something for everyone. And what's more, their hemp is grown locally in Texas, which is something they should and do take a lot of pride in. And they offer certificates of analysis for everything they sell because they want to be clear that their products are as advertised, both in terms of potency and ingredients. No contaminants, you get what you pay for. Just how they conduct business is enough to get my good eyes' attention, but when you circle back to the fact that the company was founded by a veteran and they put such heavy emphasis on supporting veterans, this isn't just lip service. I'm not reading a script I was given here. I'm proud to have Hometown Hero associated with Remember the Game. Reclaim your evening. Visit hometownhero.com and use code RTG to take 20% off your first purchase. That's hometownhero.com, code RTG for 20% off your first purchase. Okay, that's two, dude. That's like 8. Listen, Link to the Past, Chrono Trigger, Mario World, Final Fantasy 3, Earthworm Jim, Mario Kart, Earthbound, and Mega Man X. You're good. That's like a great. You're done. That's a great library. We still have what's 4 times 8? It's 32 more games to pick. Holy fuck. So Keegs, you have the first pick of the third round to go with that. Link to the Past, Mega Man X, and
like these are tough picks because like even with all these games gone already, I'm looking at like my short list and I have 5 others that I could have picked in my place in first and second still.
I love it. Well, pick the one that you think is least likely to get all the way back to you in fucking 7 more picks.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be any of them. Let's go with Mario All-Stars then.
All right, there it is. As I explained in the intro, Mario All-Stars and Mario World were eligible. I told the guys in advance they could not take the Mario All-Stars plus Mario World pack because that would be like, I get Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. That's cheating. You can't have both. That's a good pick, Keegs. Any particular reasoning behind that, or just because it's awesome?
Got all the best Mario games. It's got original Mario 3, Mario 2's there, Lost Levels is there.
With saves and better graphics. And just, Mario All-Stars is, I would argue, still like one of the greatest value cartridges in the history of gaming. That's fire.
Easily. Yeah.
Good pick, buddy. Now you can sit here and sweat for a while, but that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Mark, Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. This is your third pick. Which RPG are you taking now?
You know what? Next, I'm actually going to be taking Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time. There it is.
You scooped me. That was literally going to be my pick.
I love it. There's our first official. Well, I guess Link to the Past was the first scoop, but that's another one that makes me happy. Any particular reason, or just because it's awesome?
It's a great game. Like, so many good memories with that one, and also like, again, 2 RPGs. I need to throw a good beat 'em up in there.
No question. When I said that Mario Kart was arguably the best multiplayer experience on the Super Nintendo, Turtles in Time was the other game I really had at the top of my mind. So, David, you just got scooped, son. So, assuming that you can't get Turtles in Time, you have Mario World and Mario Kart. What are you adding to your library?
We're because it's kind of a unique kind of a game, even for the Super Nintendo. I'm going to go with Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Nice. Yeah.
Fucking Slippy. I hate that little shit so much. I hate him.
Do a barrel roll.
Fuck him. I hate him. Any particular reasoning behind? Are you just drafting games that start with S?
Yes.
I just saw Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox. By like the 9th pick, it'll be like Super Soccer.
Well, though, to be fair, like half the games on the Super Nintendo are called Super something
Agreed.
or other.
No
You know what I
question.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
it's almost
No question.
impossible to not have a Super, you know.
No question. That's 3 good picks. That's a Super Nintendo lineup right there. We're back to Tyler, that fucking kid that doesn't think Mega Man X has a good soundtrack.
Oh, man,
I know that's not what you were saying. I know it's not what you were saying. But I so what is a better what is a better soundtrack?
I'm picking my next game just for the soundtrack now.
What is it?
Spider-Man Maximum Carnage.
That's not what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to put my hand through this fucking computer.
I was going to say Echo the Dolphin, but we're not drafting Sega games. So.
Maximum Carnage. That's a fucking, I love that game.
Good pick.
Yeah, I love that game. Are you drafting it just because of the soundtrack?
Absolutely.
That's fair. I can
respect
that.
What's that? Green Jelly does a soundtrack to that, I think.
Yeah, they do.
90s.
Yeah, it fucking slaps.
Pseudo punk band.
Like the Bear Went Over the Mountain guys.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Final Fantasy 3, Earthworm Jim, and Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. You get to kick off the 4th round. I can see a trend to each of your libraries. We'll talk about them at the halfway point. But I'm really enjoying this. Tyler, kick off the 4th round.
We all have amazing taste.
Yes, you do. There's not a game in this lineup. No, you know what? The game I was gonna say Star Fox is probably the game I dislike. Not that it's a bad game. I hate Slippy.
Slippy is annoying. That's
that's a great pick though.
I
Tyler,
thought you were gonna say you can't fly very well. You were crashing into the objects.
That
the
too.
FX chip. I recently went back when I was.
This podcast is over. No, Tyler, what were you gonna say, Tyler?
When I was researching the games I wanted to pick, I was like, oh, I'll watch the old Star Fox commercial because it came up in my YouTube algorithm.
Oh yeah.
What a horrifying commercial. They really pumped up that FX chip and it didn't do anything.
No. They were cutting. There was the best graphics in the world at the time.
Groundbreaking.
All right, Tyler, you're kicking off the 4th round, buddy. What are you taking to follow Spider-Man Maximum Carnage?
Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, there it is. It was bugging me that wasn't gone already. God damn it. Good pick.
I had people at my work being like, if you don't take this fucking game, we're going to end you.
I love it.
Wow, that's aggressive. You're an 80-year-old man. I think I can take you.
I can think of 2 games that aren't gone yet that I'm like, all right. And like Donkey Kong Country was the 3rd one. So I'm glad that one's gone now. That makes me happy. I love that game. David, we're back to you. Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox. What are you taking for number 4?
So here's the other thing. I didn't say it before, but whenever I'm picking games, there's a lot of games that are on this list that have been chosen. Like, I know that that's a really good game, but I've never played it, and it's dishonest to take it.
I can respect that.
You know, I mean, like Earthbound, of course, I've never got a chance to play it. It was never available to me. But
you did watch me play it, though.
Yeah, but that's not the same. That's anyway, whatever. The next game I'm going to take is SimCity.
SimCity starts with an S. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to see if you can run the gauntlet now.
Do the whole thing. Change my strategy completely just for the gimmick.
Yes. Apologies for asking this. We're at 242 episodes. I can't remember all these episodes. Was it you and I know we've done SimCity. Was that you and me?
SimCity? I
Can you remember? See, even my guests can't remember if they were the ones.
I've done so many. I normally do all your Nintendo games. I haven't done a lot of the Super Nintendo ones. So.
Well, the reason I ask is like that is the game I most want to see added to the Switch on the Super Nintendo Online. It'd be such a perfect Switch game. Like I want to see it added. I love it's the only SimCity I've gotten into is the Super Nintendo one. I love that game. Great. That's a great pick. I never even thought of that. That's a great pick. Mark McHugh, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Turtles in Time. What do you add to the library?
I've like every round they gets to me. I'm like, I have no idea how this is still on the table. How is Super Metroid still on the table?
That was one of another one of the 3 that I was like, how has that not been drafted yet? Was Super Metroid. I guarantee you there are people yelling, you might have just redeemed Tetris 2. To get that pick. Like everyone that gave you shit for Tetris 2 might now be like, Mark just saved Samus. When I was streaming earlier today, I asked people what they would take with the first pick, and Metroid popped up a couple of times. So to get it in the 4th pick the 4th round, that's a steal, buddy. Great pick. Great game, too. What an all-time great game. I love that game. We're back to Keegs, back at the top of the order. Keegs, you got the last pick of the 4th round, the first pick of the 5th. You have Link to the Past, Mega Man X, and Mario All-Stars. What do you want to add to that roster, friend?
I think I got these ones a little more locked in now. because surprisingly, a bunch of my top games didn't get picked. But I guess it's because, there is just so many good games.
Such a deep roster.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Kirby Superstar.
Kirby Superstar. The best Kirby game ever until Kirby and the Forgotten Land came out.
I'd say it's number 2 for me, but
what's number 1?
The new Return to Dreamland, because the original was my favorite, and this is just that again with more. Fair. But it's the same kind of reason why I like Kirby Superstar, because it's just Kirby and then more Kirby and more Kirby, and then slightly different Kirby.
What was
the
3D
mini
one?
games?
The 3D one on the Super Nintendo?
No, the 3D one on the Switch.
Oh, Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yeah, that's a great game.
That's my favorite Kirby. But then Superstar is number
Kirby
2.
game.
So you have 2
fantastic Kirby game. But
you're drafting for value. You got Mario All-Stars and Kirby Superstar. You've kind of drafted like 15 games in 4 rounds. That's pretty deep. I respect that.
That was an accident.
Well,
but
trying to give you credit, you dumbass.
I'm picking the games that I like.
I like it. All right. So then for the first pick of the 5th round to wrap out the first half of your roster, what are you adding to that lineup?
Then I'm gonna grab Final Fantasy IV.
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Because
Palom and Porum for the win. I love those kids. Any particular reasoning, or just because it's awesome?
Just solid Final Fantasy game. It wasn't my first one. I played the NES one for a bit and had no fucking clue what I was doing because I was too young.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy IV was one of the first few RPGs that I was able to actually beat. But I played the PlayStation 1 version alongside Chrono Trigger.
Nice.
So it took me twice as long to beat them because of the loading times on both games.
Yes.
But I beat them both on the PlayStation.
Don't feel bad about being confused by Final Fantasy 1 as a kid. I played it for the first time as a 37-year-old and was lost as fuck. So you're fine.
Yeah.
You did good. Good pick. I love that game. Good
Fair.
pick. Mark, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Turtles in Time, and Super Metroid. What rounds out your top 5 here, buddy?
I'm gonna get some votes. I'm gonna lose some votes with this one. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, I like that game a lot. Actually.
Yeah, great game.
That's not going to cost you votes, is it? You think?
I don't think so.
If that costs you votes, people are monsters.
Just my resent for getting it before I did.
That's a good game. Can you beat it, Mark? I can't beat that game to save my life.
I've never been able to beat it, but I've had a blast trying.
It's fire, dude. That's a great game.
Yeah.
I love that game. David, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, Sim City. What's up? Number 5. What do you got?
I don't have an RPG yet, so I'm going to go with one, and I'm going to go with the Super Mario RPG, Legend of the 7 Stars.
When you said you're taking an RPG, I was like, it starts with an S. It's a great game. It's not Mario RPG, I hate you. That's a great pick. Great pick. I can't believe you got that in the 5th round. Dude, the 5th round was Final Fantasy 2, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and Mario RPG. The Super Nintendo is the GOAT. I don't care. It is so gross.
When we did the original Nintendo one, like we were saying that even for that system, and the Super Nintendo is even that much better. So it's like it's not. I don't think there's going to be a bad game on this list.
No, you know? I don't either. That's a great pick, man. 5th round, Super Mario RPG. I love that game. Tyler, you got to wrap it up. The 5th round, buddy. Final Fantasy 3, Earthworm Jim, Maximum Carnage, Donkey Kong Country. What do you got?
So these other gentlemen, it looks like they're picking games to win, and I'm picking games to piss Adam off.
That's a bold strategy.
I'm gonna pick the Lost Vikings because I still love Blizzard, and with Diablo 4 coming out, I'm just gonna kind of give them a shout out. Maybe there's hope for that company still.
Lost Vikings is fire. That's a good pick.
That was a great game. That's Blizzard's start. That was their humble beginnings, and it was great.
That's a blast from the past for me. So we're at the halfway point. I want to quickly ask each of you about your teams. It's funny because I can think of 1, 2. I mean, there's a lot. 2 games in particular are surprising me, and I'm sure they're going to go off the table before this is done. And when they do, I'm going to say what they are. I don't want to tip anybody's hand, but I'm shocked. We're going to work in the order we've been drafting in so that I can wrap it up with Tyler and then go into his pick. So Keegs, at the halfway mark, you have Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Mario All-Stars, Kirby Superstar, and Final Fantasy 2, 4, whatever you want to call it. Very respectable top 5, considering you had to wait 6 picks to get back into the game. How do you feel? Is there a game right now, looking at the other 3 teams, that you're pissed that you missed out on? And how do you feel about your team?
Well, like, yeah, because they're all really good games. Like, I had a 60 game short list, and yeah,
Is
the
there
only
one
that
that you wish you could pluck?
Honest, as I just made the pick, Super Mario RPG for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Smart. I love both those games. Those are two of my three favorite RPGs. But that's a great start, though.
I think I'm good.
You're doing well. Don't
team,
blow it. You have a good.
Yeah.
You're good first half. Don't blow it.
It's not kicking myself for that, but
no, you're good.
That's the only change I'd make.
I like it. Mark, you've got Chrono Trigger and Earthbound to go with Turtles in Time, Super Metroid, and Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Your RPGs are. You have the best collection of RPGs of the 4 teams, no question. How do you feel about your team so far?
I wish I'd snagged Super Mario RPG, but it's like it can't all be RPGs. It can't be all RPGs.
You say that, but I wonder if a team had Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, and Mario RPG. Listen, I know this community very well. It is nerdy as fuck. They'd eat that up. But not that there's anything wrong with Turtles in Time, and I still think you have the pick of the draft so far with Metroid in the 4th round. I think that was a great fucking pick.
I can't believe it took that long to get to Metroid.
Great pick. I think you're doing good. I really don't want to see you get the hate laters you got last time. So keep it up. You're doing good. I like it. David, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, SimCity, Super Mario RPG. First of all, tip of my cap for getting halfway through without dropping the S trend. Whether you do it all the way or not, I love that you've made it this far. How do you feel about it? And if you could pluck something from somebody, what would you be plucking?
There's a few. I didn't think it would get to me, but I wanted Link to the Past.
Of course.
And Super Mario All-Stars would have been great as well. However, I have Super Mario World, so it's okay if I got one of those two. Would have been fine.
Yeah.
Turtles in Time was another one I kind of wanted.
That was the one you said that he just scooped on you right in front of.
Yeah, it was literally going to be my next pick on that.
I like it.
But I generally speaking, I'm very happy with the variety I have.
Totally. Yeah. That's a good half. And Tyler bringing up the rear with Final Fantasy III, Earthworm Jim, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage, Donkey Kong Country, and the Lost Vikings. When I look at each of these 4 teams, I look at Keegs and I'm like, he's playing the classics. He's playing it safe. He's just staying on the well-known stuff. Mark's swinging big with the RPGs, and I'm interested to see how he rounds it out because he's got his RPGs covered. I want to see how he rounds this thing out. David, very similar to Keegs. You guys are just staying safe. You're staying in the fast lane, sticking to the games everybody knows. Tyler, you've got the wild card team because these are 5 great games, but I see no method to your madness whatsoever, and I love it. I love it. How do you feel about this team so far? And what would you take if you could pluck something?
You know what I would take is Zombies Ate My Neighbor, just because that's the best soundtrack in Super Nintendo history.
That's a great soundtrack. And that would be Earthworm Jim, Maximum Carnage, Lost Vikings, Zombies Ate My Neighbors would fit in with that library to a T. It'd be so at home. Good job, guys. Oh my God. I hope everyone listening to this is enjoying this as much as I am. We're into the second half. This is what wins drafts. This is where everyone can pick Mario World. This is where things get tough. So I'm excited. Tyler, first pick of the 6th round. Let's go, buddy. What are you taking?
Give me 1 second. I got to change the battery in my webcam.
Fair enough. Can you make your pick and then do it?
No.
Because then we have 6 picks to loop through.
We need this webcam for this audio podcast.
You need a webcam for an audio podcast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
I thought you were filming it all.
Oh, no, dude. No, we're only going audio. The web doesn't.
It's
just so you guys can all see.
I had a shower. I shaved. I can't believe you did this to me.
You were late. We went over the rules. You fucking goddamn Tyler. Fuck.
All right. Super Punch Out.
Yeah, buddy. There it is. That was number 2 of the 3 that was bugging me that they weren't gone. But that was a distant third. Great pick. Any reason or just because it fucking slaps?
Oh, it's it is the funnest game on the planet, and it translates it into the Wii, into the Switch. Any game that has that motion tracking, that type of game, 10 out of 10. That's something that should be in the modern Nintendo consoles to, you know what I mean? It should be ported over. The original Super Punch Out would translate so well to modern consoles with motion sensors.
We should be getting Punch Out on every console. Drives me crazy. I love the Punch Out games. Great pick. Good stuff. David, I feel no pressure to keep this S trend running, but you have the sixth pick, you're the second pick of the sixth round, David. Where are you going to go, buddy?
I hate to break your heart, but I don't have a beat 'em up yet, and I need one, and I'm going to go with Final Fight.
Good. Okay. I was like trying to think of a beat 'em up that started with an S. And I was like, I think you're done. I think this is
Super good. Final Fight. Is it?
Is it? No, that's not what it was.
No, it's not what it's called.
It's just Final Fight. Yeah. I got it. First game picked that I've never played. Rare Super Nintendo game I haven't played. So in 10 seconds or less, sell me on Final Fight. What is it?
Final Fight is like one of the classic beat 'em ups, especially of that era. Like it's kind of picked up from where like Double Dragon had in the past, and it's very similar to your Ninja Turtles and everything like that. You would fit right in with it if you've played any of those other ones.
Beauty. Nothing. Everybody needs a good beat 'em up. That's a good pick. Nice. I like it. Mark, third pick of the sixth round, buddy. I'm chilling for you. Keep the train going. What do you got?
I missed All Stars. I missed Super Mario World. I think I'm putting Yoshi's Island in there.
Yeah, buddy.
There it is.
That's a huge pick in the sixth round. Yoshi's Island. That's fire. I love that game so much. A rare Yoshi game that I really like because that dinosaur drives me crazy. But people complain about the Mario crying. It doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? No, it's just part of the do your job and save them, and then they'll shut the fuck up.
You know what? I also I love Yoshi games. Like Yoshi's Story, also a great game. Very short, but also a very fun game.
Dude, it's crazy because Yoshi's Island that game's tough. Like most Yoshi games are like, hey, I will hold your hand. Yoshi's Island I've never 100%ed that game. I've tried. It's too hard. I can't do it. Great game. Good pick, buddy. Good for you. Fucking Mark. Look at you, buddy. Good job. Keegs, wrapping up the sixth round, buddy. What's on your mind? What do you want to take?
Oh fuck! I forgot to update my list here. Donkey Kong 2.
There it is.
It's the superior Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that was the third one that was on my list of games. I was wondering when it was going to go. That's a steal in the sixth round.
Yeah, I got cocky with Yoshi's Island. I thought I could let it go around.
Oh, wait a minute. So if Yoshi's Island had gotten by Mark, you would have gone back to back Yoshi's Island and Donkey Kong Country 2?
100%.
Oh, that's fucking in 6-7 rounds. That's gross. Yeah. That's mic drop. Tyler just did. That's fucking huge. Do you like Donkey Kong Country 2 better than the original? I like both, but do you like do you like Donkey Kong Country 2 better?
Yeah, 100% better.
They're both 10s.
I suck at controlling Donkey Kong, it turns out, in the original one. Anytime I play it now, I always just use Diddy unless I need Donkey Kong for being strong. But I just like the dynamic of Diddy and Dixie in the second game. Yeah. It's all those big guys that Donkey Kong was beating the shit out of. Like you can't touch them.
Yeah.
And then Dixie can fly, and that's the best thing Donkey Kong Country's ever done.
Totally.
So
agreed. I know that the Smash roster is done, but I'll never stop saying it. # Dixie for Smash. Dixie Kong should have been in Smash. I love that girl. All right, buddy. Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Mario All-Stars, Kirby Superstar, Final Fantasy 2, Donkey Kong Country 2 with the first pick of the seventh round, Keegs. What are you adding to that lineup, my friend?
Okay. I mixed it up a little bit here, and I'm going to go with Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. That's the second one that I've never played. I know obviously what Harvest Moon is, but is the Super Nintendo one like I'm assuming you think it's good if you're drafting it?
Yeah, they're all good until the whole kerfuffle happened with Marvelous and Natsume. They split a bunch of years ago, and Natsume was the publisher and kept the rights and just phoned in a bunch of shitty Harvest Moon games since.
Okay,
and then Marvelous rebranded them as Story of Seasons, which is what the Japanese name was, and that's just what Harvest Moon is going forward.
I like
the good ones anyways.
I think that's a bit of a sleeper pick. I think that's a good pick. I honestly never even would have, because I never played, I never even would have thought of that. I think that's a really clever pick. Good back-to-backs. Donkey Kong Country 2 and Harvest Moon. Well done, buddy. Mark, we're back to you. Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Turtles in Time, Super Metroid, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Yoshi's Island, and...
So I got something cartoony in the last round. I'm going the other way. I'm going Doom.
Oh,
sure.
Wow. That was the first time I played Doom was on the Super Nintendo.
You too.
Everyone gives me shit for that, but that's the first time I played it. So
me too. And the SNES version, it's pretty good.
It's good. Fuck haters gonna hate. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can hear the PC Master Racers losing their minds right now. Go fucking download your hard drives. Fuck off. The Super Nintendo version is fine. Good pick, Mark. I like Doom on the SNES. Good stuff. That is the polar opposite of Yoshi's Island too. I think you've covered covered both ends of the spectrum now, my friend. Well done. David, Super Mario World, Mario Kart, Star Fox, SimCity, Mario RPG, Final Fight. What do you want to take in the 7th round, man?
I think I need some sort of sports game, and especially one that you can play for a while. NHL 94.
Yeah, buddy.
It's got to be 94 because that's when they last had fighting, and then they just dropped a bunch of stuff in 95 for some reason. So like, it's got to be 94.
It's fucked up. Like I used to play 96 and 97 a lot, and they were good, but like, it's insane that 94 has stood the test of time the way it has. There's just on like that, like they're dropping like NHL 2020 and putting like 94 mode in it because everybody still loves NHL 94 so much. Great pick. Just quick. No, never mind. You know what? I don't want to ruin. We'll talk about it afterwards. That's a good pick. Good pick. I like it. Tyler, Final Fantasy 3, Earthworm Jim, Spider-Man and Venom, Maximum Carnage, Donkey Kong Country, The Lost Vikings, and Super Punch-Out with the last pick of the 7th round. What are you going to tack into that roster, buddy?
So I'm torn on whether or not I should pick a sports game because I was like, oh, piss, I should pick a sports game. Oh, piss. It was going to be NHL 94. Now I'm scrambling like, oh, okay, what are the other sports game I played? Oh, none. Awesome. Yeah.
Well, you have Super Punch-Out is a sports game.
Yeah, I guess. That's true. That's true. That's legit. Boxing's a sport. It's not rigged. People win with athleticism.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna continue with my
people win with athleticism. That's remember the game discussing sports right there. Yeah. I love it. Fuck me.
I'm gonna keep picking based on music and go with the Lion King game.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a very fun game too. Wicked soundtrack.
Is it now? I've only played the Genesis one. Is it as tough as the Genesis one? Are they the same?
Yeah.
That game, that's the Dark Souls of the fucking 16-bit era. That game will destroy you. For a game designed for children, my God.
That game was purposely made difficult so kids couldn't rent it and beat it in the weekend.
Well, I don't know if I'll beat it if I play it until I'm 80.
Blockbuster kerfuffle was going on.
It's a good pick though. And the Lion King's the Lion King. Everybody loves the Lion King. Timon and Pumbaa should have their own video game. I love those two.
Thought you were about to say movie.
What's that?
Thought you were about to say movie.
No, I was. And then I was like, I think they have a movie, which is why I went to their own game. Because I wasn't about to say that. But I was like, wait, I think they have a movie. So all right, Tyler. So you got the Lion King in the last pick of this. You're totally the wild card team, and I'm all about it. I love it. First pick of the 8th round, your third last game. What are you gonna add to the Lion King?
So this one's a nostalgia pick, Rock and Roll Racing.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to have sleepovers at Buddy's house when we were like 10, maybe. We were still going to the local elementary, like Notre Dame.
Sure.
And we used to play the crap out of this. I think it was his older brother's game, and he would just be pissed. And I loved it. Such an awesome racing game. So much fun.
I like it. That is, I get asked to, one of the most common Super Nintendo games I get asked to review on the show that I haven't done yet. Because I've never played it. Yell at me. I know I've never played it. So I hear good things. So based on public opinion, I think that's a good pick. I have no dog in this fight. Good job. David, you took NHL 94 last pick, which warms my heart. You have 3 picks left. What are you going to take in the 8th round, bud?
The other kind of genre of game I haven't picked yet is the fighting game, which is Super Street Fighter 2. I'm going to go with.
Yeah, there it is. As I explained off the top of the episode, everybody, we're lumping all the Street Fighter 2s together. So David has now covered Street Fighter 2. Nobody else can take one. David, I know for a fact you and I covered this game on Remember the Game because I remember you coming over and you and I played a couple of games of it before we recorded, and I didn't land a single move, thus confirming how bad I am at fighting games. Why is it just because it's one of the GOATs? Like, why Super Street Fighter 2?
Well, like I like Street Fighter 2 in general. Like that was the only game I've ever beat in the arcade was Street Fighter 2. And I'm going with Super Street Fighter 2 because that's where they had Cammy and the other new characters and such. So it's just that's got to be that one.
Better. I like it. That's a powerful pick in the 8th round. That is a powerful pick. Yeah. That won you some votes. I could tell you on this community that won you some votes. I know it for a reason. I know it. Mark, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Turtles in Time, Super Metroid, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Yoshi's Island, Doom. After Yoshi's Island and Doom, fucked if I know where you're gonna go. I have no idea. What's your pick?
We're going back to the original theme, and we're going Secret of Mana.
Oh. It's been a while since you took an RPG, so I get it.
Taking another RPG in here.
Of Mana. How do you like that game? I'm mixed opinions on that game. How do you like that game?
I loved it as a kid. As an adult, and it's like, okay, it's starting to show its age a little bit.
Sure.
But you know what? It's still pretty solid game.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun little game. I got lost a lot, but as long as you have a walkthrough handy, it's a fun little game. Yeah. I think that's a good pick. I like it. And you finally got a S. You stole another S game off David, which I respect.
Yeah, I was actually half expecting him to take that one.
I haven't played that one. That's it. I know that's a good game too, but I've never had an opportunity.
I like it. I hope in the 10th round, every game David has played is taken, and he's like just passes.
I'm worried.
Yeah,
I am worried. I never owned a Super Nintendo growing up, so it's just like, oh god.
I love it. Oh, this is the best episode ever. Kings, last pick of the 8th round. Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Mario All-Stars, Kirby Superstar, Final Fantasy 2, Donkey Kong Country 2, Harvest Moon. What rounds out your top 8, buddy?
That's fucking tough. There's lots of good stuff like still coming out in the 8th round.
Yeah, there is.
And there's still lots left. What a system.
This is why you lost, Sega kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
When we do the Genesis draft, it's gonna be 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm just trolling now.
Nah.
What was that, David? I can see the rage on your face.
No. I'm like, I can't wait for that one because that's the one I had growing up. And I only bought it because a girl I liked had one. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go with Genesis, and it was a terrible choice. But you know what? I still like Genesis games. There's a lot of good ones.
There is a lot of good Genesis games.
Yeah, Echo the Dolphin.
A lot. Five's a lot, right?
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Keegs, I'm sorry, man. We've hijacked your pick.
Good.
I'm sorry. What do you want? What do you want to take in the 8th round, buddy?
I think I'm gonna go with Mortal Kombat 2.
Ooh.
I also don't have a fighter, and it's like those are the 2 Super Nintendo fighting games.
You need to have one of the
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. As soon as David took Super Street Fighter, I was like, I guarantee you in the next 4 picks, Mortal Kombat 2 goes off. There's just somebody has to. There's just no way. Yeah. Good. Did you play a lot of Mortal Kombat? Because there's the one fighting game that I have a main in.
I played a bit of it in the arcade, but like it wasn't a game we had because I was way too young.
Fair enough.
When it came out, like
fair enough.
I think I was at a family friends and we were playing games with their kids, and we were playing Mortal Kombat 2. My mom came in to grab us and like saw the blood and was like, "What the fuck are you guys playing in here?" We got in big shit for that. So
sending this episode to your mom.
Yeah,
I'll send it to her. I send her all the episodes I'm on.
I love it. I just wanted to say Team Melina. That's my girl. That's my name. I love Melina. We're into the 9th round. So Keegs, you're making a pick now, and then you don't get another pick till the final pick of the draft. So not to add any pressure, but you need this one to count, buddy. What are you taking to kick off the 9th round?
Well, since it needs to count, I'm going to go with just like a pet game that I'm sure most people haven't even heard of. I don't care. Super Widget.
I'll be honest, I've never heard of that one.
It's a super fucking weird platformer where you play as an alien. I think there's a cartoon about it, and there was an NES version, and you're like this weird purple alien with a huge head, and you collect these medallions, and they give you superpowers. What each medallion will have like one power, and then you collect it again. It gives you an upgraded version. You can turn into like a duck and like a buff dude and like a robot. I think a dragon, and it's just this wacky platformer that I played all the time when I was a little kid, and it's just I love that game. So
I love it. Nothing wrong with picking with your heart. I do. I never played it, but as soon as I Googled it, I was like, oh yeah, that little purple alien. He looks like me. I know exactly who you're talking about. Same body as I have. I love it. Super Widget. I love it. I love it. We're going to the heart now. Mark, second pick of the 9th round. Your last 3 picks were Yoshi's Island, Doom, and Secret of Mana. No idea where your map's taking you, buddy. What are you taking in the 9th round?
How did we get to round 9 without anybody mentioning F-Zero?
Thank you, Mark. I hate to give you props, but I was like, as someone that's been championing for a new F-Zero game for about 15 years, it would have crushed me if we'd gone this draft and nobody had taken F-Zero. So I assume that's what you're taking instead of
that's what I'm taking. Yeah.
Instead of just being like, how is no one taking it? Anyway,
I'm going for 2.
That's what I was like. I was waiting for the troll job. So, great pick, buddy. F-Zero. Fuck, I want a new F-Zero game so bad. Oh my God, I want a new F-Zero game. That's a good pick. That's a great game. David, your last 3 picks were Final Fight, NHL 94, and Super Street Fighter 2. You're getting violent as we go down the home stretch here. What are you going to take in the 9th round, my man?
Now I'm actually I have a few left, and I'm having a hard time choosing between the 3 I have left. I think I'm going to go with the Tetris and Dr. Mario combo.
Ooh, those combo cartridges are value picks. They say Keith did 2 without even meaning to. So
you need to have a game that your mom likes, so that way she will buy you the system.
And you just drafted the 2 greatest puzzle games ever made in one cartridge: Tetris and Dr. Mario.
Tetris and Dr. Mario 2.
They're the 2. They have bombs.
I've got a game my mom likes, Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
She likes not seeing me play that game.
Oh, man. That's a great pick, David. I love both those games so much. Good pick, buddy. Tyler. Now this is you're on the 5-yard line. You're making the last pick of the 9th, and then you start the final round. So you're making your these 2 picks solidify your team, friend. So go ahead. Go ahead. What's your first pick? What are you taking in the 9th round?
Before I take my first pick, I was gonna save Tetris and Dr. Mario for my last pick. That's what I had as like the heel.
Scooped.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's all good.
That's a good
so
pick, though.
When Mortal Kombat 2 was said, that you guys were saying that's the last great fighting game on the Super Nintendo. Actually, I'm gonna go with Killer Instinct for my 9th round pick.
Oh yeah,
once Mortal Kombat 2 went, I'm like, Killer Instinct. That's the holy trinity. Like Killer Instinct has to go. Do you like it better than those other 2, or are you taking it because the other 2 are gone? I'm just curious.
I like the Mortal Kombat series better.
Okay.
I played a ton of that in the arcade. I was working in a town where I didn't have access to like a Super Nintendo or anything like that, but the pizza place had like Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and that's where all my money that I made that summer went.
I like it. Killer Instinct's I suck at it, but I have a soft spot for that game. I love that game. We're into the final round. These are the last 4 picks. When this round is over, the floodgates open on people being like, why didn't they insert whatever game you want here? Don't pick based on that. Pick based on what you want to take this thing home with. Tyler, you have the honor and distinction of wrapping this thing up with the first pick of the 10th round. What do you want to round your team out with?
So I started with an RPG, and I'm going to end with an RPG, Breath of Fire 2.
Ooh. I've not played it. I get asked for that game a lot. I have no idea if it's any good. I assume it is if you're taking it.
Yeah, it's the best RPG ever made. I'm sad that nobody else picked it. I can't believe it. It's
the best RPG ever made.
Made.
That is high praise, friends.
So, and just with the list we got so far, what I will say is I think the Super Nintendo had the best JRPGs, like turn-based RPGs ever. Like there are some like on other consoles, some great RPGs, but there are just an abundance of amazing ones on the SNES.
It's insane. Like we've talked about before, like when we did an episode where we compared the PS1's library to the Super Nintendo's library. And I think the PS1 has the edge with sports games. I think the Super Nintendo has the edge with platformers. RPGs were where it was like, you could debate that for fucking days. And there's an argument for both. They're the 2 greatest JRPG, at least retro JRPG consoles ever. Like the Super Nintendo's JRPG library is fucking disgusting. That you're taking a game that people seem to like as much as Breath of Fire 2 in the fucking 10th round is ridiculous. So good for you, buddy. You're done. Or we'll round up. We'll go through each person's team at the end. But you can just relax now. It's over. Do you feel good?
Oh, amazing.
I love it. David, you have the second pick of the 10th round. What are you going to wrap your little team of all-stars up with, my friend?
All right. Well, here's the thing. It's crushing because, I couldn't put all of the games. There's some games I'm going to have to leave off. I have 2 honorary mentions. I'll mention them after I'm done, but
sure thing.
I think for the sake of variety, and it is one that I particularly enjoyed. I don't know if anybody's very familiar, but it's a game called Jungle Strike. It is a game where you're an Apache helicopter, and it's like it's kind of a shooter and going around, and it's a variety of missions. It's there's nothing else like it, kind of in that era of game.
I like it. Yeah, I know of it. I've never played it, but I know I can see it in my head. I know exactly what game you're talking about. Everyone needs that one pick that's just from the heart. I love it. Wrap it up with a pick from the heart. I'm a big fan of that move. Good stuff. Mark, you have the last pick of the 10th round, the second last pick of this draft, my friend. You've done a good job. Bring it home strong. What are you going with?
I was tempted to ruin it all by going with Mario is Missing. I was tempted to. I'm actually going to close it out with a game I really do like and a game I spent a lot of time playing as a kid.
Let me just, before you pick, let me just say, I'm not influencing your pick. I just want to say that, like, I know the listeners wanted you to go with Mario is Missing, so that you're not. This, I am so excited to hear what game this is, because I know they wanted Mario is Missing.
I know, and I wanted to give them Mario is Missing.
Let me hear it. What do you got?
I couldn't let this draft finish without Mario Paint being on there.
Oh,
that's a good one. Yeah,
no one can get mad because everybody has a soft spot for Mario Paint. I was like, when you said, I was so sure you were taking Mario's Missing. And when you didn't, I'm like, Mark, you might have just cost yourself a fucking draft, sir. This had better be a good pick. Mario Paint's a good pick. That's a good pick. Yeah, that's a fun. And the fly swatting game should have been a game on its own because it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. It got repetitive like pretty quickly, but like,
as did everything in Mario
so
Paint.
Tense so quick, and like the screaming hand, I still have nightmares.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. Yes. Oh my God. And I don't know about you, but I always used to make songs that were just the pig oinking at the lowest level.
Yes.
And so it just sounded like farts. And that was all I would do.
Hours just watching like YouTube videos of like songs that people have made and recreated out of Mario Kart or Mario Paint. It's amazing.
Insane. Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Dude, and anybody, shout out to anyone who's a whole Homestar Runner fan. The first few episodes of that was animated on Mario Paint.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No,
I love that. I didn't know that.
Homestar Runner, hell yeah.
Well, I learned something tonight. Holy wow! All right, Keegs, you have got the last pick of the last round of the Super Nintendo draft. Every Super Nintendo, you can talk your way through your process now because you can't tip your hand. Nobody else can pick anything. So let me know, where's your mind? What are you wrapping this draft up with?
Easy, Mario's Missing.
You that might have just won you or
no, I'm not taking Mario's
you're not?
Missing.
Okay.
No.
Right. I was like, you motherfucker. What are you well, if you're not taking that, you bastard, then what are you taking?
I'm gonna grab Aladdin.
Oh,
it might be a hot take, but I think the Super Nintendo version's better than the Genesis version.
Oh God,
the Genesis version may look and sound better because it's got whatever the fuck Nintendo don't.
Yeah,
but the Super Nintendo's
dude, the amount
Nintendo's, that's the one to go with.
I like it. The amount of shit I take because we reviewed that and not fucking the Genesis version, I still hear about it. So. Yeah. That's
well, that's I'm on that side, so those people can come after me too now.
Yeah, I love it. That's a bold pick. Okay, so I've been assembling a draft of 10 games that nobody took. And just if you were like to throw me in, these are the 10 that I would take. And I'll go through them in just a minute. But I want to quickly talk to each of the four of you about your teams as we wrap this thing up because the draft is done. So we'll go back to the end here. We'll start with Tyler. We'll work our way back to front this time. Tyler. Final Fantasy III, Earthworm Jim, Maximum Carnage, Donkey Kong Country, The Lost Vikings, Super Punch-Out!, The Lion King, Rock and Roll Racing, Killer Instinct, and Breath of Fire 2. In a minute to 90 seconds, let me know what you think of your team and speak to the voters. What is it about your team that makes it good enough to justify getting a vote?
So I picked games that have enough letters to spell out that Adam sucks. And so naturally,
it's true, he did. Thought of a bitch.
Somebody's gonna check that and be like, "You idiot! There are not enough letters to spell that." Or there is, but I picked a lot of games that I either have great soundtracks. Games and music resonate with me, so they either had to have a great soundtrack or a lot of playability. I wasn't really going for popular vote. I was going for what I played, what I loved, really all from the heart.
I like it. I love it. No, and you have a great team. Nothing. I don't see a weak. There's not a like. I didn't think anyone had a weak team in the NES draft, but like these are 4. Like a kid could have any of these groups of 10 games and they're set. Like these are good teams. So good job, buddy. David, our defending champion, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, SimCity, Super Mario RPG, Final Fight, NHL 94, Super Street Fighter 2, Tetris / Dr. Mario, and Jungle Strike. How do you feel about it? And speak to the voters, my friend. Plead your case.
I think the strength of my list is the fact that there's a variety of gameplay styles. So that way, if you're getting bored with one of them, you can flip over to one of the others. All of these games are ones I genuinely enjoyed. And, I could pick up a lot of these even today and still play them and enjoy them. I will mention the 2 that I did not have on there that I'm kind of sad, which is Super Bomberman and Royal Rumble. But I had to make choices. And I think why I went with the ones I did are that variety of gameplay.
That's fair. Yeah. I like it. And you do have all your bases covered and you just have a solid, it's just
there's some like great ones in there. Yeah.
Just a cup contending team. That's good stuff. I like it. Mark, the controversial Mark McHugh, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Turtles in Time, Super Metroid. It's a top 4. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Yoshi's Island, Doom, Secret of Mana, F-Zero, and Mario Paint. How do you feel about it? Plead your case.
You know what? I don't feel like I need to plead my case. I have the best list. I got Chrono Trigger in round 1 and Earthbound in round 2. I won in the second round. Then I got Turtles in Time and Super Metroid in the next 2. Are you fucking kidding me? And then after that, it's all killer. It's no filler.
I love it. Look at Mark McHugh with some swagger. Man, the new and improved Mark. You're like Steve Urkel after he becomes Stefan Urkel right now. You've got like the cool juice going on.
I do that?
I love it. And we'll wrap it up with where we started. Keegs with the first overall pick took Link to the Past, and then followed it up with Mega Man X, Mario All-Stars, Kirby Superstar, Final Fantasy 2, Donkey Kong Country 2, Harvest Moon, Mortal Kombat 2, Super Widget, and Aladdin. Keegs, how do you feel about it? And make your case, friend.
Well, I feel great. There's obviously other games that were picked, and even a few that weren't picked still. Like that it's just like, holy shit, these could go on these lists too. Like, it's not for me because I suck at them and never really played it a lot. But like Castlevania 4 didn't go.
Yep.
Personally, I would have loved to be able to put Bubsy on my list because I love that fucking guy.
I feel that, but that would have cost you votes.
Oh, for sure.
I love Bubsy, but it would have cost you votes. Yeah.
But I was toying with my last pick between Aladdin and the Great Circus Mystery with Mickey and Minnie, and that would have been another solid one, I think. But I like my picks. They're good games, and I went bang for your buck too. I've got like 17 different games, and they each have 10, so mine's obviously the best. I've got quality and quantity. Let's just say that.
I love it. Great job. Seriously, I'm looking at all 4 teams, and like all 4 of you guys did a great job. These are 4 stacked. I knew the Super Nintendo draft was going to be fire, and like we could have tacked 5 more rounds onto this, and you guys would have had no problems filling it out. For what it's worth, I have been sitting here just slowly accumulating, and I've had to cross games off as you draft them. F-Zero I really thought was going to sneak through, and I was going to sneak it onto my list. This is my draft of 10 games that didn't get, and I wouldn't beat any of the 4 of you. I wouldn't win. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Castlevania 4, Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball, ActRaiser, Contra 3, Donkey Kong Country 3, Super Bomberman, Mega Man 7, Secret of Evermore, and WWF Raw. Yeah. That's my draft of 10 games that didn't get picked in 80. And that's how deep the fucking Super Nintendo roster is. And we still haven't touched Super Star Wars. We still haven't touched Ogre Battle. We still have it's
NBA
just,
Jam.
NBA Jam.
That was another one that I would have put on there if I didn't have a sports game.
What a
Mighty Morphin
disgusting
Power Rangers
console.
actually slapped pretty hard.
Power Rangers,
both those Power Rangers games,
Just what a. I mean, I'm
Goof
a homer.
Troop?
Goof Troop. Yes, dude. I've been asked to play that game so many fucking times. What a great console.
Rules.
Like
there's
we can
the
all
whole
like no matter who wins this, we can all agree the Super Nintendo is like, if not the GOAT, it's tied for the GOAT, right? Like it's on the podium of greatest consoles of all time without even thinking about
Easily.
it. Yeah, what a fucking monster of a system. You guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your Monday night to do this. I'm very appreciative of all your sacrifice, your hard work. You're making your computers work with me, which is not an easy thing to do. This will be going live the first week of April. We'll be running the poll to decide who won for about 4 days. And then I'll let you all know we are playing for some great causes: the Stollery Children's Hospital, the Canadian Centre for Gender and Sexual Diversity, the Alberta Association for the Dependent Handicapped, and then the Stollery again, which doesn't sound as sexy as I thought it was going to, but still great causes all around. Keegs, Mark, David, and Tyler, thank you guys so much for not just doing this, but all the time you take to come on my dumb podcast and everything. The community loves you guys. I tolerate you. And I appreciate all your hard work. So thanks, guys, very much.
We tolerate you too, Adam.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mark. We're ending it on that. That was beauty. Fuck. Thanks again for listening, everybody. And again, my apologies for the lack of a Remember the Game this week. If you remember from an hour ago, I told you that I lost my voice. And so I'm sitting around the house being a bitch and not doing my job. In case you're wondering who won that poll, we ran it for a week. It was very close. It came down to Mark McHugh and Keegs. But Mark, that son of a bitch McHugh, came out on top and won our Super Nintendo draft. If you enjoyed that, consider checking us out over on Patreon. There is over 200 of the... Or no, wait. Yeah, there's over 200 expansion passes, plus game patches, plus expansion passes, plus game patches, plus Rambling Idiots, plus Purple Monkey Dishwashers. There's hundreds of bonus podcasts waiting for you over there, and they're all ad-free, baby, including our Sega Genesis draft, which is waiting. And we'll probably be doing another draft in the next couple of months as well, in case you're interested. Patreon.com/Remember the Game. I'm not going to do any other plugs this week because it hurts to talk. Thanks again for the understanding. Sorry about the lack of episodes, and we'll be back next week, hopefully talking Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers.